Sherpa and I just put together a brand new bed rack system specifically fit for Diamondback covers, this time on the new 2024 Tacoma. It only felt right that I needed to do some testing before I brought you guys a video on this, so what better place to test it than at the Sherpa Summit out in central Colorado. What's going on, everyone? Back with another episode of Stuff and Things. This weekend we are somewhere in the middle of Colorado at the Sherpa Summit. Sherpa Roof Racks, the equipment company. Sam's here.
Hey.
I'm just getting him on video so he stays for the rest of the day.
That's messed up, dude.
Sam's got Sherpa rack on his Cayenne. There's Sherpa racks pretty much everywhere you look. I've got some new stuff on my truck, which I will show you at some point, but the whole purpose of this day is to come out, camp. It's like a 3-day event, and I posted about it on Instagram. Some of you guys bought tickets and are actually here. This is really just an event to get outside, camp with a bunch of people. We have groups going mountain biking, riding moto, wheeling, which is what I'm gonna be doing today. We're gonna do some easy trails and go over to find some hot springs. Should be a good time, and I will update you guys on the truck and all of the new Sherpa equipment here pretty soon. Everyone's out here airing down.
Yes, sir.
This is Joe. You'll see him throughout the video. Sherpa's got their 4th gen Tacoma right here. Hot boy status. Still no lift on this thing. We got another Cayenne. We got a Tremor Ranger over here. This is Joe's 4Runner. We have a big group of cars. This is Trevor.
What up?
Driving the shop, Landy.
Hopefully I don't break it.
I mean,
What happens if I do?
then you just fix it.
I'm not fixing it.
When are you gonna put suspension on your Tacoma?
Can't make any comment on that. The company that is sending it should be on its way, but it should have been here a while ago. It's very hot, boy.
Very hot, boy. Even this thing too. 37s on the new Land
This
Cruiser.
goes on suspension next week.
Next week?
Actually, I lied. The Tacoma stuff showed up. We just haven't put it on.
Okay. So this is the same motor as my truck. Similar power, bigger tires, bigger vehicle overall. I'm gonna have to drive this thing at some point. Let you guys know what I think about the new Land Cruiser.
We could switch keys, dude.
We could. Do I trust you driving the Tacoma? I've seen you drive.
Really not.
Well, we've made it to one of our first passes of the day, maybe the only one, not sure, but welcome to Tin Cup. We started on the Tin Cup side, went up over past Mirror Lake, and now we are at the actual top, and pretty easy for all of these vehicles here. However, this vehicle right down here, this is Mark. He watches the channel, so shout out to Mark. He came out to this event because he saw me post about it online, and he brought his Sprinter van all the way up Tin Cup, which is insane because we're a little over 12,000 feet, and that's a 4x4. The 4x4 vans get robbed of power pretty quickly when you get up this high in elevation, so he skated that thing all the way up here, and that to me is super impressive. The Tacoma, using all the features, it's doing great. Let's see what everyone else is thinking.
Hey.
Hey!
Hi, friends. Hey, it's a little cold.
How'd the Land Cruiser do going up here?
Do you want to look at it?
Yeah.
It did really well.
Oh. How much are you rubbing?
Come.
Come. Oh!
Yeah.
That'll buff out.
Yeah, no, I think it's fine.
Did you find it on the trail?
Yeah, no, it's right here.
Okay. Sick.
Luckily it's just clips, so
It's lightweight.
lightweight. It's quick release. made to do this. So
just cut it, tub it.
Yeah. Other than that, it was just the glove box kept popping open. Just, you know, for how much we paid for this vehicle, it's like just
75K right here, baby.
Yeah.
How you liking the hybrid though? Feels good.
I love it. Yeah, the torque is great. And I mean, we're on stock suspension. Obviously, we haven't done any re-gear and 37s, and it fucking handles like a champ. So, yeah, no, we love it. It's been great.
Hell yeah. Uber rides with Sam. It's a nice Uber.
Thanks, man.
Porsche.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got that Dubai money.
So we ended up leading for a little while, and we crossed a really it's not that tricky of a mud hole, but a pretty interesting entry and exit. And one of the other Cayennes with us is currently stuck. And then we have the Sprinter van with a giant rack out the back. So I just parked on the side of the trail. I'm hopping in Sam's truck, and we are going to drive back to the mud hole to see if we can lend a hand at all. Uber share. Uber pool. You don't have any bottles of water back here or mints or anything?
Oh, no, sorry.
Damn. Down to a 4-star.
Dude, don't do me like that. Off-road Uber, hop in.
Hey guys.
We made it too late. He's already out. Oh, now the Sprinter's going through.
Yeah, man.
He made it through already?
Yeah, he just went straight through.
I missed it.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah, Mark!
Dude, Mark just sent it.
I missed it.
Nah, dude, I got you. Insert clip here.
All right.
Insert clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bet, dude. That was
So I hope you guys enjoyed that quick little recap of the Sherpa Summit. We did a lot more that day. We ended up finishing that trail, going to some hot springs, went back to a campfire, made some food, raffles, drinks, all that fun stuff. And the Sherpa Summit is really just about getting out there and having fun. It's not really product focused. There's no exhibitors. We're just going out there, people who run Sherpa racks and even those who don't. And we're just having a good time. So hopefully I can see more of you guys there at the next one. It will probably be next year sometime, and stay tuned for some more announcements on that on my Instagram in some future videos. It was a great time, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen again. So that was some pretty good testing for the very first time out with the truck in this configuration. As you can tell, we got the brand new rack mounted on the Diamondback. I've already put some accessories on there, and of course a place to sleep. I have the Free Spirit High Country Mini V2, and this thing is quite different from everything else that I've been running on trucks in the past, but we will talk about that also. Now I'm going to be comparing this rack really closely to the rack that Sherpa created for my Tundra. The Tundra is a 6.5 foot bed, so a larger Diamondback cover on there, but we used a lot of what we learned from that project to make this thing, and it came together pretty quickly. So I'll bring you guys in for a little closer look as we walk around the truck. Now the main difference that you guys are going to see with this rack is, of course, it's smaller. It's fit for a different truck, but a lot of the components are the same that you will see on the Sherpa bed racks that are available without the Diamondback cover. This is something that is new, we've been testing out, and the one on my Tundra is holding up extremely well. It is a very, very strong solution to working around a Diamondback cover, and this one so far is no exception to that. So the main thing that we did was design a way to mount these towers to the actual cleats. So there's a new bracket right here which basically just goes straight into the cleats. I'm still using the factory Diamondback hardware there, and I still have these tie down points. And on the Tundra, Tundra we mounted to every cleat because it is a longer bed. This one we decided to go with just the front cab side and then the back here by the tailgate. The install of this is really straightforward. You simply remove the cleats, install the brackets, and then piece the rest of the rack in there together. And then another difference with this setup is we're just using one accessory panel here. On the Tundra, since we are using towers on the middle cleats here, we actually have it split into 3 different pieces. So if you wanted to remove the tent and articulate the cover, you would just remove the center piece that is found right in the middle. On this one, since it is from tower to tower, if you do want to articulate the cover, you would have to remove these accessory panels, but this is kind of like a permanent fixture to me. I wanted this on my truck for a long time, and now it's here, and it's here to stay. So on the left accessory panel here, I have some Agency 6 handles mounted up, and that is simply so I can put my foot on the tire and climb up there to open and close the tent. Coming around to the back center here, you have the option of going with like the Sherpa orange or silver. I have orange that Jake actually wrapped for me on the Tundra. So on this one, I went with the silver. Looks pretty good. And this is basically no new components other than the brackets that allow you to adapt it to the Diamondback. So this is like the mid-height tower, same as a 2024 Tacoma, but it's going to be about 2 inches taller because of the Diamondback cover on there. So it mounts up just the same. And I really like this setup because obviously I have a ton of space here. I don't even see the rack or the tent in my rear view mirror, and I can drive around like normal. It's really not blocking anything. Now over on the right-hand side here, I actually took the Max Trax off of my Tundra because I'm going to be changing that setup around. So I have the Sherpa Max Trax brackets on there with the Max Trax pins, and I got those just in case of an emergency. Now there are still a ton of slots on here, and since this part is relatively open, what I am planning on doing is hopefully mounting some kind of water solution on the inside here because there's a ton of usable space and I could really use up these sides without blocking my view from the rear view. So in the future, I will get around to doing that. I'm just not exactly sure what is going to be the best product to fit in this setup. And now the tent. How do tents actually mount up to this thing? Because it's so modular, there's a lot of flexibility with the type of tent you're going to put on here and how you're actually going to mount it. For the Free Spirit High Country Mini V2, it actually worked out perfectly, and the bars come just to the end of the load bars on the Sherpa rack, and I'm able to just drop the bolts through and tighten that thing down with 4 bolts in each corner. If you wanted to have more support there for a different tent, you could probably end up running another load bar through there, but for this setup, it works perfectly. And then speaking of the fitment too, I actually could have gone a little bit taller. If we look at these crossbars here, they're actually slotted on the end there, so I have this set to the higher setting, and if I wanted this to be a little bit lower, if I had a thicker tent, I could do that as well. If I decided to remove my roam boxes, I could run it almost flush with the rack, the regular Sherpa rack on the front there. So again, kind of flexible, a lot of different options here, but so far I'm really digging this setup. I talked about it in the past, I don't like having things up above the cab too much, but these 83-liter roam boxes have been great. I have no storage under my seats because it is a hybrid, so that whole setup is working for me really well, and it's not completely flush, but it looks proper. Now with this High Country V2, I'll probably be using this more, and I'll bring you guys a video on it at some point in the future. I actually do have the ladder mounted to this tent, and it is a bag tent, so not really what I'm used to when it comes to Free Spirit products. Of course, I've been really a fan of the wedge tents and even the Evo, the hard shell option, which is just a couple latches and the tent pops up. You can open and close them in about a minute. This High Country Mini definitely takes a little bit longer, but it is probably the best option for this truck as of right now, unless I wanted to run taller towers and go up over my cab, but I'm not interested in that setup right now because this is different. I'm trying something new. Now for a brief little overview of this tent, it is going to be the best tent option from Free Spirit for a 5-foot bed truck, whether it's a Tacoma, a Ranger, whatever you have, this is probably going to be your best option unless you want to run something up over the cab. Now this tent is surprisingly pretty big on the inside. It still has everything that you would expect from Free Spirit, so it does have tri-layer, it has a light on the inside, it has a ton of windows all around it, and this one to me feels even a little bit longer than the Aspen Light, which I was running previously on my 3rd gen for a long time. Because of the way this flips out and supports its weight with the ladder, it actually gives you a little bit more room in there. So I would say this tent is definitely good for 2 people and a dog. And if you have a big family and want something even bigger, you could opt for the High Country King, which is absolutely huge. I did a little bit of a walk around of that tent in a video in the past when I had it mounted on my trailer. But a tent like that is absolutely too big for a truck setup like this, so you're gonna wanna save that for your Sequoias and SUVs, maybe a 4Runner, just a bigger vehicle with a bigger platform style rack. So we did a ton of bouncing around off-road on that pass, and as you can see, this thing has held up really great. One of the best things about it is that it's mounted to a product that is already extremely strong, the Diamondback cover. So instead of the weight bearing down on your actual bed sides and pushing things out, a lot of the weight goes straight into the Diamondback. The cleats are just holding the brackets in place, and then all of that weight gets distributed across the cover. This cover can hold up to 1,600 pounds. You can park a 4-wheeler on top of this. So you couple the rigidity and the strength, security, the weather-tight seals of the Diamondback cover with a 1/4-inch aluminum frame. This entire bed rack here is just like what you will find on their actual roof racks. So Sherpa makes a killer product. You pair that up with the Diamondback and this thing is extremely rigid, strong, and it's something that I can rely on. I don't have to worry about things breaking, coming loose, falling apart. I've been running Sherpa racks for a while now, and I'm really excited to bring this to you guys in hopes that maybe you out there have a Diamondback and you want to run something similar. Now I have had some interest on my videos in the past. A lot of you guys want to know when that Tundra rack is coming out, but now this is the next player here. The Tundra rack is tested and true. I think that thing is going to be a great seller for you guys out there, but those of you who run a Diamondback on a Tacoma, maybe this is something up your alley. If this is something that you guys would be interested in running on a truck of your own, let me know in the comments down below. I'm really trying to push Sherpa to make this thing a reality and kind of share this awesome product with everyone else out there. The product is a little bit niche because of course it's specifically for the Diamondback cover, but this is a product that I stand behind. Same thing with the Sherpa rack. So if you guys are interested in the same type of fit, form, functionality that I am, then maybe this is something up your alley. Let me know in the comments down below and I will continue talking to Sherpa, trying to get them to bring these things to the market because it's pretty kick-ass, I'm not gonna lie. Now, if you guys have any more questions on this rack, let me know in the comments down below. I will bring you some more videos of this entire setup in the future. Like I said, this one is on here and it's not permanent, but it probably will be on here for a while to come. Maybe I'll switch up the tent setup. Maybe I'll decide to go cab over and remove my boxes in the future. Not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, but for now, I'm really digging this setup and I'm excited to test it out on some more trails. So that's gonna be all for today. If you guys are new to this channel, consider clicking subscribe. I make new videos every single week. Huge thank you to Sherpa for making this happen. You can check out their Instagram in the description down below, and that's all I got. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one.